Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello everyone. Best greeting. Qasim Hamad Khurshid Hamad Murad with you. I am PhD researcher from UTM, Malaysia. Today we have a present. Inshallah, I would like to present for you about how to read academic paper and what is the art of reading a journal article effectively. Really, before we start, you must have something to understand about the article. And through our present, we require dealing with the three principal questions. The three principal questions, it is the first one, what is the research paper? And what are the research papers type? It means before we try to understand about how we read paper, at first we must understand what is a research paper and what are research paper type. So second question we need to answer, what's the typical structure of journal article? Typical structure of journal article, it means really journal article have a structure. We must understand what is the structure of the journal article. So the third question we need to answer, it is so how to read academic paper. Exactly from this session, I will try, inshallah, from the last 10 minutes or 5 minutes, practically teach you how you read quickly academic article or academic paper. So just now we start to the first question we need to answer, what is the academic paper or what is the research paper? Research paper is an essay in which you explain what you have learned after exploring your topic in depth. So we have something we need to explain and what we are learning in topic depth. So every research paper, they collect information from where? It means while we read academic paper or article or research paper, this paper really included information from some other, like maybe include the information from the book, maybe from the article, maybe this research paper contain or include information from the interview, or maybe from the internet site. Sometime inside your research article or your paper, they have the author idea and knowledge of the author and opinion of it. So before we start of the reading, you must understand the information inside the article maybe come from the book, maybe come from the other articles, maybe the authors collect information from the interview, maybe from the internet website, maybe from the new idea, have a new knowledge about it, and you need to explain for us, there's a new idea, there's a new knowledge, there is a discover about something, maybe there is the opinion of the author. Sometimes some article may be combined between 2 or 3 of them, maybe combined. So really, a research paper is an essay in which you explain what you have learned after exploring your topic in depth. In the research paper, you include information from the source, you see, from the source such as book, article, interview, maybe in the internet website, maybe you have a new idea, new knowledge, maybe you have your opinion. So by this way, just now we understand what is the research article and how the authors, they can collect information to need to explain for us through this article. Because maybe the author's survey, make a survey about something and need to make a paper to explain for us. Because we remember, there is no paper, there is not anything if there is no problem. If there is no problem, like this, if there is no idea, if there is no problem, so there's no paper, okay? Let me do Sorry, 1 minute, sorry. Sorry, because I changed it to the international language, okay? So we say maybe the article collected the data from the other source, but if there is no problem, really there is no. If there is no idea, if there is no new knowledge, if there is no opinion, so what's the paper? Really, exactly the paper can be made by collect information from the other article, maybe from the interview, from the survey, from the other side, from the other idea, new knowledge, from the experiment, maybe from the laboratory, they can find something. So every time you must remember the research paper or contain the information, and we need to find something inside this article. It's a very important now where is the source for the article. So we have many types of the research article or article paper. If you see, there's many types. The first one is analytical research paper. Analytical research paper, you pose a question and then collect relevant data from other researchers to analyze their different viewpoints. So we have a research paper, but we have many types of research paper. The first type is analytical research paper. The second type, we have the argumentative or sometimes persuasive research paper. In the argumentative research paper, there's a presenting two sides of a controversial issue in one paper. This aim at getting the reader on the side of your point of view. You should include and cite finding and argumented of different researcher. And there is the other type, we say definition paper. These are generally type of article, type of academic article, academic research paper. The third type is definition paper. The definition paper solely describe fact or objective argument without using any personal emotion or opinion. It means that definition paper you don't have, you cannot write your opinion. So we have a compare and contrast paper are used to analyze the difference between two viewpoint authors, object or stories. Make sure to succinctly describe both sides in the paper and then move on to comparing and contrasting both theses and supporting one of them. So it is a comparison paper, or we say contrast paper. We have the other type of paper, we say cause and effect paper. Usually the first type of research paper that high school and college students are confronted with. They trace probable or executed results from specific actions and answer the main questions, why and what. This is a cause and effect paper. We have the other type of paper, we say interpretative paper, require you to use a knowledge that you have, gain it from the particular case study, write the paper based on the established theoretical framework and use valid supporting data to back up your statement and conclusion. There is some type of research paper. We have the other type, because generally I need to explain the all type. There's an experimental research paper. Basically, describe a particular experiment in detail. This is common in fields like biology, chemistry, physics. Experiments are aimed to explain a certain outcome or phenomenon with a certain actions. You need to describe your experiment with the supporting data and then analyze it subsequently. So maybe the last survey research paper demand the conductions of a survey that include asking questions to respondent. The conduct of the survey then collect all information from the survey and analyze it to present it in the research paper. So from the previous, we explained how many type of research paper. There's analytical research paper, argumentative research paper, definition paper, compare and contrast paper, cause and effect paper, interpretative paper, and we have the experimental research paper and survey research paper. So what is the typical structure of a journal article? It's very important to know the structure of the journal article. The first, you must know the article information or the data for article, the authors, where they collected. But the second, we explained the type of the research article or research paper. Just now I need to explain for you typical structure of a journal article. The typical structure of a journal article, we have a title, we have a keyword, and we have a simple template, we say emerge. Emerge means there is an abstract, introduction, method, result, and discussion. Let we together to understand more about this. If we see, the first is a title. We have keyword. After title, we have abstract. So after abstract, we have introduction, and then we have the literature review and methodology, or sometimes we say method. Then we have the result and discussion, and we have conclusion, and we have a feature agenda. It's very important to know every article generally must be contain the title, maybe contain the keyword, abstract, of course abstract, and we have introductions. Sometimes we say there's a literature review, sometimes we say review, sometimes we say methodology, sometimes we say method. It means there is a method and there is a review. So every paper must have the result and interpretations. So really, from after the result, you have a conclusion and discussions. Sometimes we have a feature agenda for advice for the other researcher, or something to advise some governments and private sector, what they're doing for, and how can we benefit of this article. The last thing is you have what is you have references, because from the article, academic article, if there is no references, it's not suitable to type anything. So generally the structure of what the structure of the typical structure of the journal article. But while we say abstract, while we say introductions, while we say literature review, where they come of? So we come to the slide to explain for you each one of them like this. If we say abstract, it comes from what? Abstract, it comes from the, if we see, abstract comes from the introduction, method, result, conclusion. Every time from the abstract, we can summarize or summary of the aim, method, and result. It means from abstract, we have the summary of, really we can say the summary of all paper, especially the aim, the method, the result. After, we have introductions. So the introduction become what? Generally, intro topic of our article. And inside the introduction, there is the existing knowledge, there is a limitation, and there is a research questions. Every introduction must be contained about this. And after introduction, we have a review or literature review. Literature review is a summary of previous relevant research and identifications of the research gap. So the method description of how the research was conducted. After the method and literature review, we have the result. Result every time summary of significant finding. Often include table, figure, and sometimes statistics, etc. Sometimes maybe there's articles about the experiment or about the laboratory or about some things chemically, physically. So as a result, really we need to have a figure, table, static. Sometimes there's a video. So after that, we have the conclusion from the result, discussion, interpretation of main finding in relation to data and the literature. So we have the feature agenda. The feature agenda is conclusion summary of main finding, implications, and limitation. So by this way, it means while we say there is abstract, we must know the abstract especially have aim, summary of aim, of method, of result. And while we say the introduction, so the introduction is really when introduction that comes from the general of existing knowledge, limitation, and research question. But while we say there's a literature review, we must know there is a previous study. While we say there is a method, we must know there is some way, some procedures our participants are used to find the result of what the result of our article. So inside the result, every time we see there is a summary of significant finding, there is a table, figure, static, and something explained that there's, after that we have the conclusion. So the conclusion is from the result. It means after result, we can write the conclusion. So conclusion come from the result. If you have a conclusion, so discussion, so feature agenda come after the conclusion. This is generally a structure of generally every academic paper. You see, really is explained normally. We have sometimes from the article, we have the date of a journal, we have the general information about the journal, we have the title of paper, we have the author's name, so we have the abstract, we have the method, sometimes there's the introductions, and there is a result, there is a discussion, and there is a reference. So sometimes you have declarations or interest, and there is a conclusion. This is simple pieces of academic article, and there is the other one. We see there is a title and author, there is abstract, there's a keyword, there's introduction, there is a method, there's a review, there is a result, and there is a conclusion. This is some example of article paper. This is very important. So just now we understand what is the paper, what is the article paper, and what is the structure of typical structure of the article, academic article. So just now, what are some strategy for reading? So what is the aim for our present? We need to find something. You should read to want to know. So if I read abstract and subheading, can I find what? Can I find the general picture about the article? It means if you need a general picture about the article, you must go to read abstract and subheading. So if you need to some background on the topic, you must go back. You go back to introduction. You must read the introduction. So it means from the introduction, we can collect some background on the topic. So from the literature review, we can find the rational or previous related research. Okay, from the method or methodology, we can find how was the research conducted. From the result, we can find the main finding. So if we see, what should we read to find what? It's very easy. If I read abstract and subheading, I can find the general picture about the article. But if you need to find some background on the topic, you must go to read the introduction. So if you need how was the research conducted, you must go to the method methodology. So the main finding of the article, you must go and we read the result. So by this way, if you read this particle of paper, you can find what you need. So if you read these pieces, this part of any article, you can find the authors, what are you need. So if I need to find the general picture about the article, you must go back to read the title, abstract, and subheading. So if I read discussion, I can find what? I can find the significance of the main finding. So if you read the conclusion, really there is a future research possibilities. So the references, we can, what research was cited. So from this, if you find which article the author are used, so we go to read and check the references are used. The authors use the references. So from this article, you can find what research was cited. If you go to read conclusion, we can future research possibility. So from the discussion, we can find the significance of the main finding. This is some strategy we need to read what? To read every article. Every article, if you need to understand quickly, you must know what you read, which part of article. Sometimes we don't have more time to read all part of the article. So what you need, directly go to this page. If you need to understand about the research conduct, go to the method. If you need to general picture, go to the abstract. So by this way, it's very easy to read every article quickly and easy. I classify the step to read any academic article 3 phases. We have the first phase. The first phase, survey the article. While you just glance over the structure, you should read the what? You should read the title, abstract, and conclusion completely. It means the first step, you must try to what? You must try to read the title, abstract, and conclusion. So by this way, here you get bird's eye view, the big picture of the paper. This step usually takes 5 to 10 minutes. We skim through the structure of the paper and ignore any detail like math equations, but you should read the title, abstract, and conclusion thoroughly. This step is very important. I will try in the last of the present practically show you is very easy, because if this step you successfully understand of the article by reading of the title and abstract. So if you need this article, you can go the other step. If no need this article, you don't need to go to the other steps. So from the first step, at the end of the first phase, you should be able to answer the following 5 C's. The 5 C's, it means from the reading of abstract, title, and conclusion, sometimes we can find the category. The category describes the type of the paper. Is this paper about a prototype, about a new optimization method? Is it a literature survey? So this category we can find from the first phase of our reading. And we can find the context. The context put the paper into perspective to other paper. What other paper are related to this one? Can you connect it to something else? You could also see the context as a systematic tree where you assign specific importance to the paper. Is it an important branch or uninterestedly? So maybe you do not have any prior knowledge in this field, and therefore you still have to build your semantic tree from the ground up. So the third is a correctness. Correctness is just as the name suggested, a validity measurement. Are the assumptions valid? Number 4, contribution. Most papers have a list of their contribution right in the introduction sections. Are these contributions meaningful? Are they useful? Which problem do they solve? So those are the contributions. And clarity based on the section you just read, do you think that paper? So it means from the first phase, we must know what is the category of this paper, what is the context of this paper, with the correctness, with the contributions, and what is the clarity. So it's very easy from the first page, you can find these all 5 C's. If you successfully from the first phase and you see this paper is suitable for you, this paper is near from your field, you can interested from this paper, so come to the second phase. The second phase, reading article. If there is an experimental, so read the experimental. This is how they did the work. You only get to this point, you are really interested and need to understand exactly what was done to better understand the meaning of the data and its interpretations. So in the second phase, we must what doing? We must look at the table and figure. This is really what was done in the work. This does not take much time, so it is worth looking at it before really getting into the detail, which will slow down the reading. And read the introductions. This is the background needed and why the study was done. So read the result and discussion. This is the heart of the paper. So from the second phase, we must what we doing? You must look at the table and figure. Then read the introductions and read the result and discussion. Really, this step or this phase after the first phase, it means from the first phase, you understand this paper is, you read the title, abstract, conclusion. If I read title, conclusion, abstract, and it is very good for me and is near from my field, and I need to read this paper. So after that, you must go to the others second phase. If not, directly you go to the other article. Okay, so the second phase, or we can say the second steps, is look at the table and figure, read the introductions, read the result and discussion. So the third phase. Before third phase, you say, when you identify common citation and repeated author, you can visit their website and see if you can spot any recent work. Also, download the commonly cited paper and apply the three phases approach for single paper again. So while we say there are three phases, if you see after second phase, after the second phase, we see where you look at the table, figure, while you see while you read the introduction, so you read the result and discussion. It is very suitable for you, so you can apply the same step for the others paper, and from this you can go to the reference and find the articles the authors are using. Sometimes you must go to download it because the citation or this reference has become suitable for you too. So the third phase, you have to be very certain that this paper is worth your time before continuing with this step, because it can take up to 1 hour as beginner. It means the third phase needs time. So if you see this first phase, the second phase is good, so come to the third step or third phase. Now is the time to read the complete paper with all its math equations and detail. Try to virtually implement the paper or use any tool you like to recreate the results. If you are a reviewer, then you probably have to take the step to give detailed feedback. So this is now we have three phases. Know what? Write some notes so you don't have to reread the work paper. Here you can try to visit the website of the top conference or journals and look through the recent proceeding. Try to identify related high quality work and apply the 3-pass approach for single paper again. It means after first phase, okay, after first phase, title, abstract, conclusion, go to the second phase, read table, figure, read introduction, and read result discussion. Then go to the third phase, you must read a paper deeply and completely. So by this way, maybe you need minimum to maximum from 1 hour to 2 hours, you can read completely article and very, very academically. So we read academic article for a variety of reasons. How we approve the article will be influenced by why we are reading it. We don't need to read every single word. If you are looking for a certain piece of information, we only need to find it. The fantastic writing is better than the best memory. This is the very important word. Every time we try to fantastic writing is better than the best. It means if you have a note, if you have anything, try to arrange your note and write. So just now, I need to explain for you a simple way of single, very, very quick, how we read practically. If you go to internet, okay, just now we go to the internet, just now we go to Scope. This is a practically 10 minutes or 5 minutes. I will try to show you practically how we read. This is all of them theoretical, okay? So just now we are inside the Scopus, okay? If you need to search about something, after we search, after we save, like this, we have this article, okay? We see there is article. There's a record, maybe there is 62 article. I need to quickly read this article. What I doing? I go to all, I go to download, okay? Save. So automatically be saved as CSV file. You can open inside the Microsoft Excel. So I put to the desktop, I put save, okay? Just now, I open. Take careful with me. How I can read quickly? It's very easy. Just now I have 62 articles. This 62 article, maybe all of them is not good for me. I must read what? I must read the title and abstract. So by this way, easily you can read these all article, title and abstract, then select which one is suitable for you, which one is not suitable for you. We see there is a article title. I put article title like this color, okay? And you have what? We have abstract. So the abstract, I put the same color. I need to read this one, so I put insert small column, okay? The small column, I say screening, okay? From screening, I can tell the screen is equal. If I put 1, it means equal included, okay? If I put 0, it means exclude, I don't need, if the paper is not good, or if I put number 2, maybe read, okay? So this one is title. I see from the inside Microsoft Excel, you have like this. This is a formula space. You can make it big, okay? Make big. So the first one, you say is the indirect genetic algorithm of the NERSC schedule problem. If you see this is good, I put 1, okay? The second one. So just now only I read the title. So solving NERSC schedule problem, maybe it's good. Maybe by this way, the third one, maybe it's not good. I put 0, I'm not good. Maybe this one, maybe other time I come to read. Maybe this one is good. So only very easy. From the title, only from the title, you can specify this article is good for you, this article is good for you or not, okay? So the first one, I read the title, good or not, title, it's very easy. And I come to the abstract. So I can put here, insert column, I put abstract near here, okay? So it's become clear for me. Just now, I say title, okay? So read abstract. This paper described, and there is the other abstract. So this way, is give you a chance. Easy, you read all articles 62, which one is good? I put number 1, Which one is not good? I put number 0. Which one may be? I put number 1. So by this way, it is very easy. You can select it, which paper is very good to read completely. I put filter, and I select it only number 1. Because number 0 I don't need, is not good. So I see only number 1. This article must be good to read completely. How I go to read completely? The question. Oh, it's very easy. Come here, there is a link. Double click on it. Only double click on it. So click on it, directly go to your article. Wow. Just now the article become appear, and you can read the title and the abstract too. If you see this article is open source, you can download. If not open source, you must copy the title of the article and go to the Google Scholar, go to the Science Hub, go to the ResearchGate to find the article. So you see, very easy. Only from the title, abstract, and double click of the link, you can find the link of each article and you download all of them. These are number 1. I screen with number 1. I read all of them completely. But from the 62 article only, I selected 31 article or 30 article very easily. So thank you very much. I hope this meeting is interested for you.